This is the sensation Yaz Khan, just 14 years old and taking the world by storm, opening this game with the black pieces with the solid king's pawn. Who's his opponent? He's always seen him overhead. And that's the guy with white from Iran. This is the Kids Chess Youth Championships on chess.com. It's the under 16 section. This is the final. One of these guys wins the entire thing. Let's jump into this fascinating game. Ruy Lopez on the board to start with. There's a checkmating finish to come. You'll have no clue who's going to win it right until the end. And it gets quirky from the opening. Castle's main move, but Queen E2 by Cena. They love to mix it up, these youngsters. Nothing boring, nothing stale about this chess. The bishop hits the most aggressive square, and this pawn pushes. Standard stuff here. So we're going to go at a good pace on these opening moves. Obviously, the players want control of G4 and G5 and I4 and I5. Bishop backs up. Prophylactic, knight's developing, get your bits out, and this one now goes on the great journey. Very standard, maybe jumps one day. You can unleash the c-pawn now. White doesn't like it and so covers the square. It's not the best of moves here, but okay, game rumbles on. This bishop fianchettos. Look at that for a pair of absolute laser beams, or you can stack my bishop, as we say. Do check out the old merch store, by the way. I don't mention it all that much at the moment, but the t-shirts are in there. They were selling like wildfire before Christmas. They are pretty nice. I do have about 4 myself now. Bishop e3's on the board, and it challenges this strong piece. c5's played. And it's aggressive, ambitious, leaving all 4 minor pieces on the board. Dark squared clamp, c4 in response. And I would just never play that move myself. Looks so counterintuitive. Are you not just killing your own bishop? Well, here's the sneaky point. If black glides on past with the pawn, yes, this bishop looks a bit dead. But actually, this one is much worse. How is it ever getting out? Meanwhile, this one can check, and you either ruin the king's position or a minor piece has to block and you can trade off one day. So we didn't see b4. We saw takes. This bishop coming back to life. Castles. Finally, this knight re-enters the game, back to the square it came from. And this is the reason that black now stands better. Pawn d5. I mean, there were other good moves too, but this one's really easy to understand because after takes, when we analyse the position, it's black with 2 pawns in the centre, white with none. White with arguably the weaker pawn structure. Feels like that one can be more readily attacked. And the pieces are really springing already in a way that the white pieces just aren't. The king's also castled. So it's Yaz Khan ahead in the game. Castle's queenside on the board. Exciting, aggressive stuff. This knight now rotates, and it's not the most precise move. It gives back some advantage. Technically, white can now win this pawn. I suspect, though, it was rejected because it looks like you open this long diagonal for the black squared bishop. Can't black be taken? Winning an exchange? Well, yes. Actually, it emerges that it's good for white, that particular position. A big attack rumbles on against the king, sometimes on the f7 point. The queen can join in various lines. Let's not go there. White didn't even touch the pawn. They both felt that it was more important simply to get the rook out the way. So this is what Cena does. This knight spins around now, and g4 is on the board. It's aggressive, it's direct. This one goes for counterplay, and so the queen doesn't move. Possible, playable. Instead, we get the move. Bishop takes on d4, changing that pawn structure, and then cracking on with the g-pawn, and it looks absolutely terminal. All these pieces in the attack here, I mean, surely you break through. Watch this. Knife f4 hits the queen. She ducks back, and then h5. Calmly, coolly, keeping lines shut. Cena insists here, and of course you can't take with the knight. or rook takes. You know, the pawn is pinned to the king. So we see bishop d5, and it's the only move to stay ahead with the black pieces. Takes with check. Rook recaptures. This knight hopping. Rook saving itself here. And best for white is dropping back into the centre of the board. But this played in the game. They're getting lower on time now here. This one takes on c4. Knight recaptures. Bishop under pressure, and so it drops back to c7. Supports this knight, maybe activates one day. Always play king b1. This queen centralizes here. Rook e1 hitting that open file, and the second black cannon joins the party. It's tense, it's nervy. Both players holding their own here. Level material. Black's king is under fire a bit more, but what defense from Yaz, and he stands a bit better here. Knight now pressured, dropping back to h3. Incredible chess, low on time, just teenagers. The pawn drops off the board, and just the cool and calm a3 gives the king some room. Who's winning and why? We don't really know. It's just crazy bonkers chess, blitz chess, scrambling. Queen stays on the board, threatens mate in 1, so check was played. Rook takes, queen takes, king stepping to a2 of course, and now Sina faces that queen exchange from Yaz here. And you don't want to take, or you activate the rook. d3 critically weak. So in the game we see the move queen g6. Queen d6 apparently a little stronger, but this still looks good. You're eyeing this pawn should the queen move. She does. Wins the d3 pawn. How dangerous is this passer now? Queen e6 check now hits that king. It slides up to h7 here, and now the rook activates, and this is scary for the black side of things. Queen g6 now has to be played. Cover all bases on the board. Queen d5 in response, preparing to crash through here, and so we get queen f7. You could technically play king h6 and cover. This doesn't quite work because bishop f6. This game goes on. Sure, this can drop, but this is very dangerous. Not played in the game. This was, you could take with check, but we see queen e4 check, and Yaz is just desperately low on time now. Scrambling, almost an impossible task. He does win a pawn. If takes, your rook drops. Now we see knight d6 though. Queen hit. This into f3 was best, and black is winning, but missed. Incredibly low on time. That queen slides to d7. Double question marks of doom, because here comes the white queen. You have to step out of the way. Position's technically level, but what do we see? Rook f7, and it allows a tactical win. Can you find the most killer move? It's rook e8 check. Queen can't take. It's supported by the knight here. Rook can't block, of course. Pinned. So you have to step up the board. Played in the game. And how do we shut the trap? Checkmate in 1. Queen h5 check, of course. Yaz was doing great all game, but what a fighter Sina is. He was that move ahead. He clinches it. He wins the Chess Kid Youth Championships 2026. Congratulations to him. Hope you enjoyed this one. Have a look at the video on screen if you want some more epic chess, and I hope to see you again soon. Cheers.